Hey guys, this is Joy. I am back again with another video. Welcome. It's a surprise. I know I usually don't come on here on Mondays, but hi everyone. I'm not sure how many people are going to be on here because, again, I know you guys aren't used to me being on here during the weekday, but I want to make sure that I could definitely start getting on here during the week. Excuse me. So today we're going to be, as you can see the title, were you the scapegoat in your family, or were you the scapegoat when you were dealing with the narcissist? The reason why I wanted to talk about that is because I remember, hopefully there is not a lag, but I remember I had one of my subscribers, I want to say it was Jay, shout out to Jay, Mr. I think it's ISFP. He's always like in the lives and the chats and all that stuff. So, but I'm not sure if he's going to be on here today. But I remember he mentioned scapegoat, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I was just kind of doing my research a little bit, and I found some worksheets that I'm going to be incorporating and using in my mastermind course that I'm going to be giving to those that are joining me. And I decided to, take a look at it and actually use it on today's video. But I really wanted to talk more so about being a scapegoat and what that's all about. So I just wanted to read, what I found, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. And, let me know if you can relate to it, if this happened to you, and what you can do about it, what advice, any tips, and any strategies. All right, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give me a like. I really appreciate that, you guys. So when it comes to a scapegoat, you guys already know that these are dysfunctional type of behaviors and type of personality characteristic traits of a particular person in a family. So in regards to scapegoats, so what's on the outside when you are looking at a scapegoat? All right, so on the outside is, bad. This person could be angry. This person might be impulsive. This person might feel like they're never good enough. Basically, the black sheep of the family. This person doesn't fit in. Like, a scapegoat is a person that is used most of the time. People look at them as an outside weirdo. They just don't do anything right. This person is just like an outcast. They might feel like an outlaw in their family, just very different. People might see them as unique, but they just don't get along with the family for the most part. Or at least that's what it seems like on the outside. Now, what you don't see is this person has been hurt, whether it's in relationships, whether it's through family members. This person has been hurt. This person has been rejected. Again, by family, relationships, even strangers, teachers, this person is full of shame. This person feels like a loser, and again, I feel like a lot of this has to do with childhood. Again, maybe this person's family hurt them. Maybe this person's family abused them physically, maybe beat them as a child, or was rejected by their mom and their dad. And so now they're full of shame. Now they feel like they can't attract anybody. They can't have a relationship with anyone because they feel hurt. Or maybe, God forbid, the person might have got, sexually abused as a child. So, they feel hurt. They feel used. They're full of shame. They don't want to tell anybody about that experience, and this person could feel like a loser. Maybe this person, again, full of rejection, full of letdowns, full of disappointments, full of just not so good upbringing. So this is what you don't see. Like, you might see on the outside, yeah, this person's mean and they have a bad attitude. But a lot of times this person has a reason for having that bad attitude. It's because, maybe no one's never really talked to them. Nobody's, really showed them much attention, or they never really got to know that person for who they really are. Thank you for the like. And whoever's in the room, please share your experience. If you felt like you've been a scapegoat, or you may have noticed someone else was a scapegoat, or whatever the case was, or maybe you was the narcissist scapegoat, please share your experiences, you guys. But yeah, most definitely. But again, these people and this is going to be a short video. I don't plan on being here that long. But these people, oh, hey, Flex. Hey, oh, you was the scapegoat in your family? You turned into the black sheep? Yeah, man. See, I feel the same way. I honestly feel the same way. It's so sad. It's really, truly sad. We feel, yeah, I felt like I was the black sheep too, honestly. You don't fit in. Anything and everything you do is never good enough. They always judge you, they ridicule you, criticize you, blame you for everything. You're the problem, and you take on all of that, that burden. And it's not fair. You know what I mean? It's really, truly not fair. So I definitely sympathize with people that have been put in that category as a scapegoat. So most definitely. So another way that I could, kind of explain this is what they do for the family and why they play along. So the research that I found, it says in regards to, let's say, like maybe a marriage, it says marriage is brought together to fix the scapegoat. The hero, this is another dysfunctional family role. I'm going to actually talk about that in another video. But it says that the hero feels good because the scapegoat is bad. We can avoid our bad stuff by downloading it onto the scapegoat. So basically, the scapegoat is like a person that everybody just puts excuse my language, all of their shit onto, all of their problems, all of their stress, their worries, anxieties, and just everyday life. It's really sad. Like they just take it out on the scapegoat, and some people are even scapegoats at work. People might, let's say, it's like a manager, a boss, or a supervisor, let's say they're not having a good day. Maybe sales aren't so great. Maybe production is not going so well. And, they'll take their frustrations out on somebody that's like super innocent, but maybe it's like somebody that has like a low minimum wage pay. And, they're a little bit more vulnerable. So they would like blame the worker, even though the worker is just, innocent, just trying to make a living. And they would take their frustrations out on that person. You know what I mean? So that could be like an example too. So now, for instance, let's say, you might feel like a scapegoat and you've had this experience happen to you. It says without the help, this is very possible of what could happen to you if you're a scapegoat or you felt like you were one. So basically addictive trouble with the law, you may be going in and out of jail. Just being very like risky, very like, I don't know, just very like unruly and just very rebellious, and when it comes to the law, very promiscuous. So, maybe your sexual activities are very like, it's unusual. It's kind of just like very destructive. It could be unhealthy as well. You might have a scapegoat without getting the proper help and the proper counseling and the proper coaching. This kind of person could have a chip on their shoulder, could always be like, man, I'm the victim all the time. When in actuality, if you really look at it, this person kind of actually is a victim, but it's like most of these people don't get help. Just like me, myself, I'm a victim of narcissistic abuse. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to deny that. Like, yeah, I am. You know what I mean? So, but see, the thing about with me, though, I actually went and I got help, and when I say that, meaning like I actually went to a counselor, I went to a coach, I talked to someone. But the thing about it, and this is why I always say I recommend you guys, if you've been abused by a narcissist and you feel like you just are not normal after that. And I actually have another topic I want to talk about too. I think you guys are going to enjoy this as well. But if you feel like you've been changed for the worse, or you just know that you wasn't that same person after the abuse, you're no longer the same person. So if you feel like you've had that experience, you have to reach out and get help. I know a lot of us, we don't want to take the help because we feel like, oh, I'm strong, I'm going to feel weak, like I don't need any counseling or I don't need any coaching. And, I don't want to make it seem like a person really affected me in that way. I guess that's just your pride and ego talking. But at the end of the day, it's all about, reconciling and healing yourself. It's not about healing anyone else. This is your life. This is what you are trying to do with your future, your mental health. And even like, let's say if you have children, like what's going to happen with them if you didn't reconcile, that childhood traumas or that post-traumatic stress syndrome that you might have, or I'm sorry, disorder, after this experience, then so what's left now? What are you still going to be holding on to, that regret, that bitterness, that anger, that frustration? You know what I mean? But yeah, this causes especially a scapegoat, because we don't let whatever happened to us, we don't let it out. We don't talk about it. We just keep it all inside and hold it in, and we're like basically like time ticking bombs, because it's like you don't talk about what you went through. You don't really grieve it. You don't mourn, because it's hurtful. Being a scapegoat in a family, or even in a relationship, or even in a job situation, that shit is hurtful. It's painful. You know what I mean? It's like, don't feel ashamed. Like, it happened to you. You know what I mean? It happened to me, and like I said, I was ashamed of coming on here and talking about my story too. Flex, you said the old you actually has to die after something like that to transform. Some stay stuck in the trauma phase. Exactly. It's like that stuff doesn't go away overnight. Like, because it literally just depends, like how your situation was, what you endured, how long you were there with that person, all that mental abuse, psychological abuse, that emotional abuse, the verbal abuse. Like, me personally, like I said, I was live with my female aunt Narc for 5 years, and I dated a male Narc we were like basically friends, I guess you want to call it, for 4 years. So I had about 9 years worth of abuse. You get what I'm saying? So that combined, like, so they was both like heavy on me. So I had like the double like abuse, so you can only imagine like what I experienced. And it's like, I'm still here as same as I can be. You know what I mean? It could be worse, because anyone else would have just folded and turned into a narcissist. But I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna treat other people like how I've been treated. You know what I mean? I'd rather turn it around and, help others and give them clarity, give them guidance and confidence to move forward and, to be something better than what they went through. You know what I mean? Or give them some sort of, comfort and knowing like it's okay. Like, you can heal from this. It's not the end of the world. It happens to people. You're not the only one. You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, and then without the help, continuing to play the role, again, like I said, in jobs and future relationships and constantly in trouble, Now, with help, so this will kind of give you guys some hope, because we know without the help, what's going to happen with you if you've been a scapegoat in a relationship with the narcissist, or, whether it's at work or whether it's even at school, or just with strangers, or whatever the case is, any situation, family, friends, work, education, however you see fit. So if you get help, you learn to be good and to feel good. You learn to take appropriate risk in your life. You learn how to take chances. You learn how to make decisions, healthy decisions, proper decisions in your life. And, you could also become a business owner or a missionary type, where, I don't know, I kind of feel like with the help, I feel like this kind of happened to me. And also what I did too, for those of you that might wonder, like with me, like I said, I went to coaching. I did my research online. I started watching YouTube videos about narcissistic abuse. And what else did I do? I started to kind of chat with trusted family and friends that I knew would not judge me. Because that's another thing. A lot of people, when I talk about coaching sessions or whatever the case is, people think that I'm going to judge them. But it's like, no, I'm not here to judge you, because I'm putting myself out there. Like, I'm not perfect at all. Like I said, again, I am a victim of narcissistic abuse. And 9 times out of 10, if you're watching this, you are too, but it's not to say like, hey, point the finger, but it's just like, okay, so now we understand that we're a victim. Now we have a problem, but we also have a solution. You get what I'm saying? So we have the coaching sessions. We have the mastermind course. We have the video courses. We have the audio courses on the website that can help you move on and move forward, but again, not being like an overnight thing, but it's like an everyday, routine that you have to do to get you to healing. You have to get on that path first. Like a lot of us, and again, I'm not pointing the finger. I understand most people. Like a lot of people, we don't like change. Let's be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like most of us, we don't like change. We don't like taking risks. We're just like, oh, I don't know. I'm not too sure. You know what I mean? And I get that. But it's just like, this is our only life. We don't have any other life coming. I mean, I know people say reincarnation, but anybody that I ever knew died has never came back. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest, and I live my life by that. I live my life and I say, hey, this is it. I thank God for my life. I know that God's going to bless me with 80 plus years. I already know that. But at the end of the day, and it's not going to happen anytime soon, I will die. But it's going to be in the way, 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 way near future. But while I'm here, I have to live it to the fullest, and I can't be scared to take risks. I can't be scared to, live my life after I've been a victim of abuse. It happens. It wasn't my fault, but I learned from it, and I'm here to teach other people about it. So, yeah, that's what I have, you guys, for the video. All right, did any of you guys have any questions? Or, again, if y'all have felt like you were a scapegoat, in any area in your life, definitely leave a comment, or you could leave it in the chat, and most definitely we could chat a little bit about it. So unapologetic Ella, you said you was the black sheep. Yeah, most of us were. If you were subscribed to my channel, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, like this video. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, if you're watching this, you were a black sheep, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, all right, you recognize it, and now without the help, you can continue to be in that negative cycle. You can continue to play like there's no solution. You can continue to, just be, again, having a chip on your shoulder and not doing anything with your life, not progressing, not learning from your mistakes, not evolving as a human being, as a spiritual being living in a human body. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what we are. We're not this body. We're spiritual beings living in a human body, having a human experience, But again, the key is getting the proper help, especially when I say help, you have to talk to someone that's been through what you've been through. You get what I'm saying? So you don't want to talk to someone that is just a general coach or a general counselor, because they're not going to know specifically. They might know like a teeny weeny bit about it, but they're not like specialized in narcissistic abuse. You want to talk to someone that's specialized in narcissistic abuse. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I have, you guys, for today's live. Thank you guys for joining me. Did you guys want to talk about anything else before I head out of here? And are you guys having a good evening so far? Is everything going well for you all? I know y'all probably wondering, like, what is she doing on here on the Monday night or the Monday evening? You guys want to talk about anything else? And I'm going to be honest with you guys, too. It's just like, it kind of hurts me still to know that I was a scapegoat, but at the same time, the knowledge that I have about God and, how he works in mysterious ways, how he puts you through situations so you can learn, so you can grow, and so you can move forward and keep going on your journey and, being a blessing to others, sharing your story with others to help means a lot. So I always feel like, and this is a quote that I really love a lot. They always say, like, nothing happens to you. Everything happens for you. Like, I think that is so beautiful. But it's like a lot of us probably won't understand that until like later on down the line. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, even though a lot of us were scapegoats, it's like we were scapegoats for a reason, in our family. And it was for us to grow. It was for us to learn from it and to evolve. Flexi says, sometimes hard times is what it takes to make you your best self. Exactly. That's so true. It's so true. And I'm a firm believer of that, for sure. Most definitely. But yeah, you guys, I'm going to head out of here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. I will see you guys soon. And you guys, it will be okay. You will get through it. You will heal. And yes, keep living narc free. And you guys have a good night. Bye.